Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Hinterland. Actually, Hinterland, but the Hinterland sounds so much better. Where we are continuing on our journey for farming fame, I guess financial freedom, uh, serious sheeping, and whatever else. I didn't even plan that, so I got nothing good. Speaking of serious sheeping, I have done it again. Yes, you can't leave me with money. I've added another sheep pen to our farm across from our other two that we had. Here's our milk sheep, our wool sheep, and another wool sheep barn. Holds 300. I bought some and I also transferred some of the younger sheep over to this. So I think we're sitting around 200 plus sheep here in this one. It's a nice setup though. It's a nice facility. It's got a nice barn, decent sized pen. It does utilize the realistic animal grazing mod, which is really nice. So they'll pretty much fend for themselves on the grass. You do have to give them water, and I'll tell you, this water trough right here is really unpleasant to get into with our new semi and big semi tanker. I may have to pick something else up just to get water to these sheep because this is a tough fit. I can get the thing backed up in there, but I'll tell you, there is like a microscopic trigger that you got to hit to get it to work. But here you can give them their food. I think the wool, oh yeah, wool spawns right here. They've already given us some. How lovely is that? And I set up another wool, what do they call it? Wool forwarder, wool something. You know what I'm talking about. Where it'll take it and distributor. That's the word I'm looking for. Wool distributor right here. Nice little gate that opens. Come in and say hi to Sean. You're not Sean. I don't think that's Sean. Oh, that is Sean. Didn't see the black on the face there. Hey, Sean. So that's where we are there. As you can see, it's raining, but we have no harvesting to do today. We do have some planting we want to get started on. I do want to show you a couple of other things, though, that I've added. So if we go way over yonder here to our production area and come out way in the corner, going the wrong way, take a quick swim. Sorry, summer renters, didn't mean to interrupt your morning. Way over in the corner, there's this lovely radio tower. Actually, does the radio tower have a light up there? I don't think it does. Maybe it's only at night. That'd be sweet, though, to see a radio tower light, wouldn't it? Why am I not floating? Oh, because I didn't turn on. There we go. No lights. That's a bummer. Can you imagine? I watch these YouTube videos of these guys climbing these towers. There is no... And I say you can't... You could never pay me enough to do it, but I think I literally mean that. I think even if you said, Brad, I'm going to write you a check for $1 million, 20 million, because once you're past $1 million, who really cares? But let's just say 50 million. Or just say, Brad, you'll be the richest guy in the world. All you have to do is climb this radio tower. I don't think I could physically do it. I think my knees would buckle in complete, utter panic and fear. I have horrible issues with heights now. The older I've gotten, the worse it's got, too. I used to not be so afraid of heights, but maybe it's the fear of dying that's that's got me more. But this thing brings us like 65 grand a month. It's ridiculous. I almost felt bad about putting it down. But Henrik convinced me to do it. They needed a radio tower out here, so it was like 23 grand. So yeah, we put 20 of these things down and we're done with the map. We can move on. But anyways, put that down. And let's go cruising over here. Our production facilities are looking good. Did I show you? I did show you that, right? That we got fishies finally. I changed it to selling now that I can actually see that it's producing fish. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's pretty cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this water is normally really calm. But it must be windy and rainy, you know, kind of stormy out. So the mod author changed the water so it would reflect the weather. I think that's right. We're going to have to wait till later. I could swear this stuff is usually calm. Anyways, I'm making a big deal out of probably very little, but I love that kind of stuff. I think that's so cool. So I changed the fishies to sell so we won't have to collect them because, oh my gosh, look at how many there are. And this was like half a day or something crazy. So we'll stop by, pick those up, and sell them. I still have plans for something right here. That'll be very soon. Then we cruise on over here. Oh, getting wet again. Oh, no, went too far. There we go. I'm not quite done with the overall landscaping of it. I've got some other ideas on what I want to do. But it was free to put down. It's a church. Hinterland needed a church. I'm going to say it's a non-denominational church just to keep the channel light, friendly. We don't need any political or religious arguments. Well, maybe we do. We probably will actually someday. But we'll call it a non-denominational church. You know, for the summer renters when they're spending months here or weeks here at a time, some people go to church on Sunday. This was actually from OK Used Mods, and I actually have done, I think I've done 2 mod minute videos. Man, it needs a wash though, doesn't it? I don't think that's gonna work. But I don't know if it's a he or a she, OK Used Mods, but they always make really cool older stuff. Cars and different buildings and things. So I added a couple 2-3 things around it, but I want to do more with the actual landscaping. Churches should have maybe a fence. I gotta think of stuff, but I'm gonna get her done. We can water the flowers while we're here too. So we got a church in Hinterland. There was something else. Ah, yes. Okay, so the sheep barn, our radio tower, the church. Now we need to lightly jog back to our farm. Man, I'll tell you what, I updated my video drivers again, and I'm getting these little stutters that it should go away soon. Put this thing down, windmill. I think it was like 20 grand, 23 grand. It doesn't offer nearly as much per month though. I think it's like $500 a month or something. So honestly, it's probably not all that worth it unless you're going to play a map for quite a while. $480 a month. Nothing too great. The radio tower, $67,872 a month, and it costs 25 grand. That's no joke. Then I picked up this little pack here of windmills, but they're huge. But this one you can't even see. Can't even hardly see the top. But anyways, we might do a windmill farm. Just because there's little places around the map where, you know, we're not going to be able to do much with. So we'll probably do a windmill farm. I need to put a couple more summer rentals down here pretty soon as well. So that's where we are with things that I did while you all were away. Let me go ahead and turn off our flight and settle our run speed down. And I guess we can plant in the rain. Not a big deal. We can seed in the rain, right? Let's do that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for our cedar right here. And let's Hop in the John Deere. Why not? It's close. It can do the job. So I've been playing Detroit Become Human. Wow, what a game. What a great game. I am loving that game. Absolutely loving it. I'm not going to do any spoilers or anything, so if you haven't played it, I'm not going to do any spoilery stuff. But I'll tell you, it is fantastico. Absolutely fantastico. The storyline is excellent. The gameplay is excellent. Graphics are excellent. Wow, yeah. So I think what we're going to do, what are we going to plant? I think we're just going to go with, I don't know. We're probably just going to do a bunch of wheat on these close fields here. On these three. I'm kind of thinking for this bag boy here, something like sugar beets. I think sugar beets. Let's do wheat. Why not? I'm kind of thinking sugar beets. It's going to be a bit of a harvest, but that'll really bump up our sugar production nicely. Not that we necessarily need it bumped up that much. I think our open air gardens are actually doing a reasonable job. Oh, this is not going to be fun. I guess there is a bit of a difference there. We'll run a headland around this thing real quick and let... why haven't I connected these fields? What was my reason? Come on, Brad. You're missing a little bit there, buddy. What was my reasoning for not connecting these fields? It seems kind of silly now that I'm looking at it. I know that we've got this path right here. But we can do without this path, right? I think we could probably even... put the kibosh on this bridge. So we can get rid of this bridge, connect these fields. They would connect nicely. And even if then later, if we decided, I still want to put a bigger barn down, but that wouldn't be a problem. You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Instead of continuing with our planting, we'll get back to that. We're going to do that. We're going to get crazy. We're going to get crazy. I almost said an old family farm. Oh, I miss old family farm. I guess you all have seen Hinterland or Hagenstedt by now. Oh shoot, maybe you haven't. Well, anyways, the cat's out of the bag, right? Let's use this little plow here. A little more refined action. And I love Hagenstedt. I really do. Really, really do. I almost considered recording it FS13 style and playing FS13 for it. And I still might go back and play some older versions of the Farm Sim. I don't know. It's weird for me to do that. I've tried that with different games. Like I remember with and I think I've talked about this maybe a while ago, but what's the name of that? It's a big franchise where the guy time travels. He's mostly in Italy, climbs walls and does flips, and he can hide out in haystacks. Anyways, I didn't play the first game of that. I played like the second or third one first, and I really, really liked it. But then I decided, oh, I love this game. I'm going to go back and play the first one. And it didn't work for me at all. It was like the mechanics weren't as good. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't go back. I got to do a create field here, don't I? What do I need for a create field? Y for allowed field create, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. We're just gonna do this and get it over with. I don't know why well, I guess I remember why I didn't do this, but how silly I was. We were new on Hinterland. I was probably trying to do, you know, this or that one way or the other. I want to throw out a quick thank you to that Mike guy for leaving me a really nice comment about audio stuff. I'm always open to learning new things about audio and just trying to keep making, you know, this content better and better. And as I kind of think about or pursue ways of doing that, he gave me a lot of good advice for audio stuff, so I appreciate that. I don't know if I can just call you Mike, but I do appreciate your comment. I think we can get away with doing it this way a little bit. Make things a little bit faster for us instead of going the back and forth short way. Am I going to regret doing this for some reason? Am I not thinking this through enough? I don't think so. I think we're going to be good. Ooh. I don't want to go that far over. But I thought it was kind of funny, I guess, that when I first started playing Detroit Become Human, one of the first things, at least on PC, I don't know that it does this on console, but on PC, the first thing the game does when you start playing it is creates shader cache. I thought that was kind of funny. And you all know how much I love shader cache and Farming Simulator's implementation of shader cache. But pretty much in Detroit Become Human, it creates shader cache right up front. It can take a while too. I think even on a decent computer, it can take several minutes. But once it's done, it's done. And I just thought that was kind of interesting how they implemented shader cache. I see Giants is going to have some kind of a special deal coming up where one of the developers is going to be talking about production chains. I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about. I don't know if that's for this version of Farm Sim, or is that for... Were those rocks back there? If it's for this version of Farm Sim, or if they're already talking about things to come in the next version, or what? But I can tell you, if we don't get a new version at the end of this year, because usually they put out a new version, you know, the winter before, like November, before the year that it's named. I'm not sure what's going to happen then, because they're trying to do the odd even year thing. Those are rocks, right? What's going on there? Are those going to be a problem for us? Are you going to be a problem for us? Are those field stones? I turned off field stones. How weird. Is it these? We'll have to check it out. If these are a problem, we'll have to do something about that. I'm kind of wondering if... Let's see here. Painting, is it? Plants. No, that's not going to do any good. No? Okay. Whoa, what is that? What is that? That is so weird. What the heck is that? Is that what was underneath that? Okay, I'm freaking out a little bit. It kind of looks like... Well, I don't want to say. That is so weird. I'll show you something really weird too. Okay, hold on a second. Let's run the plow over this one more time. I'm going to show you all something else that I found the other day. And I don't know why it was freaking me out a little bit. I'm going to show you though. Let's do the plow thing through here once again. Oh, that got rid of the rocks. All right. Well, let's where are those other rocks here? I have no idea what I'm doing and why it's working. I'm assuming these are painted on rocks and they would go away, you know what I'm saying? They'd go away probably after we plant or seed in the area. That is just so weird. Some here. Some here. Oh, I'm so glad you all find some of my content entertaining, because I have to wonder sometimes, what am I doing? Lift that plow up there. That is just so weird. I don't understand. I guess if I knew how to map, maybe I'd understand what's going on here, but I don't know how to map, so... Must just be different layers or something, the way that layers are painted on here. I don't know. It's my guess, because maybe Omatana, when she made that path, she put down painted down one layer first, painted down a different thing next, and maybe that's what we're seeing? Are the different painted layers? I don't really know. I think that's it for what we want to do, right? I'm going to turn on flight here for a second because I want to show you something. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We'll clean up. I'll clean this up so it doesn't look kind of weird having a... And this over here too. But check this out. Can I do it? Oh, I may not be able to do it in flight mode. Okay, hold on a sec. We'll do it on pause. Look at that. The whole map is underneath the whole map is one big lake. Is that normal? Is that how every map is? I gotta look in some other maps. I don't think that's normal. At first, it's like your own water world. Isn't that creepy? So underneath us, everywhere we go, and we're talking about like a thin layer, is water. And I looked over in the production area, it's all water. The entire map is water. It freaked me out. And I wonder if Omatana, when she made this map, if it was just easier for her to make the whole thing water, so that when she decided where water was going to be, it was already there. And she could just put land around it. I have to think that's what it is. So yeah, there you go. We have our own little water world. It actually reminds me of, what's that show called, Land of the Lost? Do you remember the old show in the 1970s? Something Will and Holly on some kind of a, oh, I forget the words to the theme, but some vacation, the greatest journey ever known or something like that. They were falling down some waterfall in a raft and ended up in this land of dinosaurs, and the sea, is it the Slee Stacks? What a weird show, man. What a weird show. Great show though, but weird. There was a remake of it. Who did the remake? What's it? Will Ferrell was in it. Yeah, just weird. But anyways, so yeah, underneath us, the entire map is our own little water world. I thought that was kind of creepy. So I think our planter, our seeder, is a direct drill. We're gonna find out. I think we can plant right over this plowed area that we just did. Make sure weed is still selected. Hit the V to start it. We're lowered. Let's continue on. Let's see if it'll plant over this or not. Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna plant very nicely over it. And in fact, we should see one big happy field now. Very nice. And I think if we create a job, yeah, Courseplay will see the whole thing. That looks very familiar. That shape looks very familiar to me. Is it? Sorry, man. I am still in elementary school. Just absolutely awful. Of course, you all know I was thinking of an alligator's head, right? I mean, I don't know what you were thinking of, but it looks like... yeah. Oh, man, I have got to get some help. Oh, boy. I should learn to quit while I'm ahead. So maybe I will think about like doing a little. But where do you learn how to make maps? Do you just download Giant's editor and load an existing map and just start trying to figure stuff out? Or I wonder if Giants has any tutorials or anything, and it's a lot of work. I mean, you can tell, like, I watch Omatana do some of her... She's got another map coming out here. I don't know when it's going to be released, but it's not like just simple, you know. I guess you can if you want to. You know, you could just make it really simplistic too. But, I mean, she's making her own houses and things like that to kind of make the map a little more unique. I have just got all kinds of respect for these map authors, especially ones that do that much of, you know, do that much, add that much to it. That it's just so much work, making houses. Then you gotta, you know, if you're gonna make your own kind of textures, all kinds of stuff. This John Deere has zero problems pulling this seeder. So we'll put a bunch of wheat down. I think that's good enough. Honestly, it's wheat, barley, doesn't really matter that much. It's probably all going to go over to production anyways. Just more flour. I think I took a look, and from the best I can tell, our monthly passive income before the radio tower, that is a little over $100,000 right now. Now, of course, with the radio tower, it's going to be quite a bit more. But also, once some of our productions mature and kind of get into full swing, I think we'll be looking at a pretty close to 150 at least. Actually, closer to 2. That radio tower alone is 65 grand, so that's kind of crazy. Feel kind of weird about that. Like, really, 65,000 a month for a radio tower? But I've never had anybody put a radio tower on my property and leased my property for a radio tower before. I don't know what people make from that. I've always wondered about that, like what people get paid from some of these cell companies and stuff if they have to put a tower and they'll lease your land to put a tower in. How much they, what kind of money they fork out for that. I mean, is it like several thousand a month? Is it? Ooh, that was a nice little bit of lag there. Actually, you know what that probably was? That doesn't say. I think that was a autosave. Those are the worst ones I get, are when the game autosaves in the background. So you have a backup every once in a while of your game. Makes a pretty good little lag once in a while. I'd like to learn how to turn that off as well. Alright, that's a good start. I'm going to let you all go for now. I didn't even get into finishing up taking care of our cows. Oops, kind of forgot to do that. Still need to feed them. Oh, and you're still on. Where's the Sadie? There it is. I should probably do that right now. Throw a little food. Throw a little food towards our little cows here. I try to keep these cows in particular well fed so that grass doesn't get too high. Yeah, it's not too bad. These are getting low too. Our cows are hungry. Holy cow! And we'll just run over here real quick and throw some TMR at these little fellas. Let me change this to the right. There we go. And we can start dumping. Oh, it's just starting to come out on the trough there. Just a little bit starting to appear on the trough. They'll take this wagon. The rest of what's in here. They'll take a lot of food. I haven't come close, I don't think, to filling this thing up. I don't know what its limit is. But it holds a lot of TMR. Cows are very happy. Happy to see us. It's funny whenever I watch that one farm YouTuber welding, farming, and something like that. He's in New York. He takes you for a ride along a lot of times when he's feeding his cattle. And they are just waiting for that. They hear that tractor coming, and they just line up and barge their way through. They know when the food is on its way. They are not stupid. Well, maybe they are stupid, but they definitely know when the food's on its way. This thing's not the fastest unloader, is it? There we go. That'll get them through a little bit. I'll probably end up bringing some more over for them so we don't have to worry about them going hungry. But I think that's going to do it for Hinterland. I really appreciate you all watching. You know, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Also, leave a like if you if you tell me what you think that looks like. I mean, is that an alligator head? Like, there's the alligator snout. or what is that? You know, I don't know, but it made me laugh. I can tell you that. But seriously though, you all take care of yourselves, and probably next time you see me, I don't even know when I'm going to post this video actually. Maybe this will be a weekend thing or something, but you'll see me soon enough. I really look forward to seeing you all. Thanks so much for watching. It means the world to me. And take care of yourselves. And if it is the weekend, have an awesome, safe weekend. And I'll see you all real soon. Bye for now.